Hello and welcome to video lecture number 1. In these short video lectures, I will cover what I believe are the most essential parts of each chapter. These videos will last no more than 5 minutes. Every week I will post at least one video, and some weeks I will post multiple videos. After viewing these videos, a quiz will open up in which you will answer several questions. Watching this video and answering those questions is part of your participation grade, and in order for you to move on to the next unit, you will need to complete these tasks. Today's video lecture is over the different models of communication. As the textbook points out, there are multiple models of communication that we've used over the years. The model has evolved over time as we've studied communication. The three models are action, interaction, and transaction. In the textbook, the action model is referred to as the linear or unidirectional model. It's a one-way communication street. Communication flows in one direction, from sender to receiver. This model doesn't refer to any response or feedback from the receiver. We really don't use this model to describe communication anymore, so for now, just remember it as an historical footnote. The second model of communication that developed was the interaction model of communication. This model added in the notion of feedback, a verbal or non-verbal message that the receiver sends back to the original sender after receiving a message. This model also adds in context, and that is the situation in which the communication takes place. This model is much more useful than the linear model because it takes into account the give and take that occurs within most interpersonal communication. The third and final model of communication that developed was the transaction model of communication. This model pointed out that communication is, in a face-to-face environment, is simultaneous. That is, it happens at the same exact time. When I send you a message, you might be nodding your head while I'm talking. That is a message that you're sending to me while I'm communicating. So what are the differences between these models? The difference between action and the other two models is that action doesn't include any feedback. Think of it as a one-way street. It's just going in one direction and nothing is coming back. So that's the linear or action model of communication. This model doesn't really exist within interpersonal communication. There's pretty much always feedback of some kind. The difference between interaction and transaction is the idea of simultaneous communication. Interaction is like a two-way highway with a divided median. All right? So you have things going one way, things going the other way. You can't immediately go back without doing a big U-turn of some kind. There is separation from the message and the feedback. With transaction, there is no median, there is no separation. The cars of messages and feedbacks are zooming past each other constantly. While the action model doesn't really exist in the real world, the interaction model does exist. Whenever you send an email or text message, you are engaging in the interaction model of communication. The sender and receiver are taking turns communicating. Truly, simultaneous communication isn't happening. Every other type of communication is transaction. Face-to-face, Skype, even phone conversations are all forms of transaction. A shortcut to memorize these concepts is this. Interaction begins with inter. So think of internet-based communication, texting, typing, email. And the word transaction has the letter S in it. S isn't just for super, it's for simultaneous. So remember, transaction is simultaneous. I know that's a silly way to look at it, but it works. All right, that's it for today's lecture. If you have questions about this, definitely send me an email. That would be interactive communication, by the way, interaction. So I can clarify anything. Other than that, have a stupendous day. Oh, my hair. Look at my hair. Oh, much better now. Have a great day. Bye.